Welcome, Team Beachbody. Kevin Jensen just said, go ahead and rock with it. So I'm going to go ahead and rock with it. Welcome, everybody. My name is Sam Watkins. I am honored and pleased and excited to be joining you guys here tonight. Here with the MDC Live Well Alliance training. I want to first off find out who all is here, who all is videoing in tonight. So in the chat box, I've got the chat box open. If you could let me know that A, you can hear me, B, you can see me, and C, where you guys are calling in from, so that I know that you guys can see me and hear me. I've got Kevin Jensen here with me tonight, who is my wingman and partner in crime. And together we're going to be talking about and teaching on some of the best practices for social media marketing for your Team Beachbody business and how to use some of the tools that are available to you to market like the pros. And you guys really have some of the best available tools to you to market and position yourself as a pro and as an authority. And we're going to show you guys how to use those tools most effectively so that you can stand out from the crowd and really brand yourself and be different from everybody else. So I want to say hi to Patsy. Hey there, Patsy. And Joanne is coming in. Hi there. And Stephen is here from Kentucky. Hey, I'm from Indiana originally, so I hope it's not as cold there as I assume that it probably is. So welcome everybody, and everybody who is joining us as we keep going here live. I'm going to also open up the question and answer section because this is a very interactive event. And I hope I just didn't freeze there for a second. This is a really, really interactive training session. I will be honest with you, this is the first time I've presented live to a group, and this is the first time that I've presented this topic to a group. So I'm looking for a lot of interaction. I'm looking for a lot of questions from you guys, and I'm looking for a lot of real life problems and challenges that you guys come up against with Team Beachbody Business and positioning yourself as the authority online, because we're here to help. Both Kevin and I come from very different perspectives in network marketing. Kevin is a very traditional in-person network marketer, where I am a very online network marketer, and together throughout this presentation, I think we're going to help you meld those two disciplines together in 2016, because really we're going to show how in this age of technology and connectiveness, you really need both in this industry. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get started with the presentation. And I just want to make sure that it's seen and that it is full screen. I actually can't see you guys anymore. So Kevin, if you can unmute and let me know that you can see my screen okay and that we're good to go.
Yes, sir.
All
we can
right.
see it fine and dandy, and we can see it full screen.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So we're going to be talking about how to level up your network marketing and Team Beachbody business and rank advance in the next 90 days by using the 5-step marketing game plan that the pros use. And in a little bit, I'm going to explain to you exactly how this 5-step marketing game plan really is exactly the same kind of game plan that actual professional marketers use, and how you can incorporate it into your own Team Beachbody business. So some of the things that you're going to learn in this presentation is the advantages and disadvantages of in-person versus online network marketing, and how to leverage both of those in 2016. You know, I think, Kevin, you great partners in this, because you and I are very different in our approach to this industry. You know, Kevin has never met a stranger because he can go up and talk to anybody and strike up a conversation with anybody and make a friend and turn that friendship into a business relationship very naturally and very easily. It's just part of his DNA. Me, I hide behind my computer screen and can build sales funnels and email marketing campaigns and broadcast to lots of people on the internet, but not necessarily up to build that long-term person-to-person relationship. The thing though is, in and you guys are really gonna be in a great position because you're gonna be able to see how both those skill sets together to your advantage for building your Team Beachbody business. I also want to show you the 5-step online marketing game plan that the pros use. To be honest with you guys, I based off of this game plan, and I've gone head to head with international advertising agencies and put together my game plan and pitted it against their game plan, and come to find out they're about the same. So you're gonna the techniques and the strategies that top agencies are using for Fortune 500 companies can be utilized for your Team Beachbody business, and we're going to show you how that works. I also want to show you how to maximize the tools that you already have at your disposal. You guys have an amazing set of tools that, quite frankly, Kevin and Milan did not have when they first started building their Team Beachbody business. And it really, truth be told, wasn't that long ago they got started. The game has changed dramatically. And what you guys have at your disposal today is revolutionary. But there's a lot of noise out in the crowd. And I want to help show you how to stand out from the crowd and real online and get noticed as an authority. You know, it was so much easier in some regards when Kevin and Milan got started because a lot of people weren't talking about Beachbody, and nobody talked about Shakeology because it didn't exist. It's everywhere right now. We have 450 some odd thousand. How do you stand of both Team Beachbody and every other network marketing opportunity that's out there today? So my intentions for you in this course, I want you to lead an actual strategy and a methodology for what you share on social media. Social media has changed the game as far as we're concerned in everything we do for marketing. But you've got to know what you're posting and why you're posting it. It's very critical not to just randomly post something to your Facebook fan page or your Twitter account. You've got to have a strategy and a methodology for that. But you're going to also understand how those 5 marketing game plan principles work and fit together in that strategy to help you stand out from the crowd and all the marketing noise. Be able to master with confidence the tools that are currently at your disposal to brand yourself and attract people to come to your team, because you're going to walk away with a daily action plan to follow that will build awareness and curiosity around your business so that people start coming out of the woodwork begging to join you and join your Team Beachbody team. But who the heck am I to talk about any of this? Well, my name is Sam Watkins, and I have been in corporate America for 15 years. And I grew up in a small town in Indiana. I had a stoplight and a Dairy Queen in my town when I grew up. And back then, we were taught, and I was taught to, if you wanted to be successful, if you wanted to, you had to go, you had to work hard, you had to go to college, you had to get a great job at a big, stable company, work your way up that corporate ladder. and finally crawl your way up to a great, safe, stable job, work for 40 some odd years, build seniority, retire with a great pension. And I believed that. I believed that that was the way to do it growing up. And so when I finished high school, I went to Ball State University, I got a degree in journalism, and I graduated, and I started on that path that I was told to do, and I got a job as an assistant marketing manager at Kinko's headquarters, world headquarters in Ventura, California. Today, you probably know it as FedEx office. But I got that job, that corporate job. I had a cubicle, I had a laptop so I could work at nights and weekends. I wore casual clothes, and I was only allowed to wear jeans on Fridays because, you know, that's what we were allowed to do. And I thought that I had made it. 6 months after I got that job, I was corporate downsized and let go. It was the first time. I was 23. I got let go from my first job. I went on to work for other companies, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to bore you with the details. One of the many companies that I had worked for, you may have heard of, it was called Beachbody. And in fact, I was first introduced to the concept of network marketing because I was an employee at Beachbody. I was working in a division that was newly formed by this infomercial company because they thought, let's try this network marketing thing. And so I was brought in to work in the video production department and do some weird online stuff that they didn't quite understand for this new thing that, again, they didn't quite fully get at the time. And I looked at it and I thought, what have I got myself into? What are these people doing at this company? Do they think they're going to get rich? So that was my first experience, my first entry into the world of network marketing. And I got to tell you, it's been a journey to get to the point where I'm at today. And the only reason why I tell you that story is to reinforce that no matter where you're at today, no matter what you're thinking today or what your life is like in your business today, it's a journey, and I have been on it, and you want to stick with it no matter what, because I promise you, it's a growth and a learning experience. Beachbody was one of the many companies, though, that I was corporate downsized from. So, like I said, I've been corporate downsized from a number of companies. And in fact, the last company that I was corporate downsized from was Freshology, and that was March of this year. That marked the 7th time that a company restructured itself. We don't need you anymore. And it was at that point that I decided, look, working for other people isn't working anymore. And that's when I decided to take the skills that I've learned over 15 years of corporate America and funnel them to where I think that they are better served. And that is helping small business owners and network marketers build their brands and succeed online. So that's really what we're going to be talking about today. And we're going to be talking about a lot of different facets about how network marketing and in-person marketing work together. And again, Kevin, I think this is something that I think you and I are really poised well for this community, and how people can really leverage two very different skill sets and meld them into one. Because like I said at the intro, you've got Kevin Jensen, who has never met a stranger in his life, versus me, who loves and lives on the internet. So very different skill sets that I think you're going to see are very important for your business. So what really is the difference between in-person network marketing versus online network marketing? Well, when you deal in person, person to person, belly to belly, however you want to say it, you're talking to one person at a time about their needs, and looking for solutions to their problems. Very important, because we all have problems. We all are looking for solutions, and everybody can benefit in some way. We're collecting people and building genuine, long-lasting relationships. And that's a skill set, guys. When you can build relationships with people and be genuine about the people that you meet and learning about who they are, and what motivates them and what are their needs and concerns, that's a genuine, that's something you want to cultivate, and that will serve you for a very long time, long lasting. This is also a way to tell your story, one-on-one. How are you? How did you get here? And what motivates you? And then ask people to take a look at your opportunity, and this is all laid out in all of the different scripts that we are taught and all the different strategies that we look at through things that Kevin and through Eric Worre's content and lessons. How do you tell your story? How do you position yourself? And then invite people to take a look at your opportunity. And then an in-person network marketer always follows up in person. What did you think? What did you like best about what you just saw? Is always how you talk to people and find out what they thought. In contrast, an online network marketer is broadcasting to hundreds of people and saying, I've got a solution, assuming that you've got a problem. We're collecting emails and building trust so that people feel like they know you. Whether they do or not, it's not really sure, but we're trying to build those relationships online. Online network marketers are also sharing our lives and sharing our links to our company, to our replicated websites, to information, to things that we find of value that hopefully other people will find of value as well. And we're following up through email. So we're not necessarily following up in that one-on-one, person-to-person, but we are still trying our best to follow up. Which is better, which is worse? In 2016, I don't know that you can say, because I think, honestly, you need a meld of both. Because today, we are more plugged in by technology, yet disconnected from each other than ever before. People crave inclusion from one another, and they crave one-on-one connection. Yet we're skeptical of intentions. We have no idea what people want out of us, and so we're a little put off when somebody is very genuine about our health and helping us. So what are the problems with current network marketing strategies? Well, hanging flyers, calling people, reading a script, and getting them to join no longer works. I mean, let's face it, we've all got caller ID. Who's going to pick up the phone if they think somebody's going to call us and read a script to us? However, online, spamming our link to a company's replicated website's not going to work anymore either, because as Gary Vaynerchuk tells us, marketers ruin everything. We see spam links online all the time. We just ignore them now. Drawing those circles on napkins and trying to explain a compensation plan no longer really works. People are skeptical and their scam levels are super, super high today. We've got to break down the barriers by marketers from the 80s and the early 90s and all the bad karma that goes around in our industry. And posting photos of your morning Shakeology during day after day after day after day really no longer works anymore, because let's face it, there are 430 to 450,000 plus coaches, and they're all doing the exact same thing, and it's just a lot of noise. So what in the heck are you supposed to do? Well, let's try to start marketing like a pro. Let's create genuine relationships with new people and have mutual care for one another. And this can be done online or offline. It really doesn't matter in 2016. Let's brand ourselves and not our network marketing company, and lead with value and lead with your story. Because I gotta tell you, people follow people. They don't really follow companies. And people are interested in you and your story. You want to build an audience who can truly engage with you in their terms and on their terms and on their favorite platforms. We have so many ways to connect online today. It's unreal. You have to be where your audience is. And we want to communicate with individuals and follow up personally. Again, people want that connection. They want to feel special, and they want to be on their terms, but really feel like you have their best interest at hand. And finally, we want to create a community, both on and offline, that people can call their own. That's one of the biggest, I got to tell you guys, that's the biggest problem that we as a society face today, is that individuals do not feel like they are part of a community or they have a place to belong, and they're searching. If you just go online right now, you will see people searching for a place to belong. Team Beachbody can be that place where they can call home base and feel like they have a community of people that support and love them and believe in their ability to change, achieve, and succeed. Some practical strategies that you guys as network marketers. As Eric Worre says, you, when you first start this journey, want to declare to the world that yes, I am a professional network marketer. You state it, you live by it, you proclaim it to the world, and then you go out and figure out the rest. Market prospect techniques. I know, Kevin, you have talked about this to this group. We have some digital resources that are going to help you guys in the future, but this is really one of the first strategies that you want to employ, is going out to your hot market prospects and letting them know, hey, I've started this new business. I am really excited about it. I am looking for some honest feedback. I trust you, I love you, and I really value your input. If I gave you a link, would you try out my product for 30 days and let me know what you thought of it? If you like it, I'll show you how to get it continually at a discount. If you don't like it, don't worry. I'll never ask you for another thing ever again. I'm just looking for some feedback right now. Will you help me? That is your hot market prospect technique, and that is an in-person network marketing tactic that is absolutely critical. After that, you really want to start getting results with your product, and you want to start telling your story and branding yourself. We, as Team Beachbody coaches, have such a unique office. We have and I don't normally knock other network marketing businesses out there, but I mean, let's face it, guys, just between you, me, and the internet, we kind of got the real deal, don't we? I mean, we've got the fitness, we've got the nutrition, we've got the support. I mean, if you can't get results in 60 to 90 days, then you're cheating. And by telling your story and being honest and letting people know the realities, I'm 50 pounds overweight, I'm sick, I'm struggling, I'm depressed, but I've drawn a line in the sand and I'm gonna do this. Don't you think people are gonna wanna tune into that? Don't you think people are gonna root for you? And if you show them the reality, not the glossy, oh, this is great, oh, this is all wonderful, rainbows and sunshine and glitter. No, this is hard stuff. You're gonna fall sometimes. You're gonna struggle sometimes. but you get up and you do it again and you keep going. And then you give value on the things that you learn and the progress that you make and the things that people can use to take and incorporate into their and make it easier. Isn't that a story that you think that people would want to watch? Isn't that something people would tune in for? Something else that you can practically do is meet 10 new people every day. Meet 10 new people. I'm not talking about trying to pitch your business opportunity to new people. I'm talking about meeting 10 new people. This is a relationship business, whether you do it online or offline. This is a business full of people and relationships. Meet 10 new people every day. Who are you? What are you doing? What is your struggle? What are your values? What are you into? What do you hate? What do you love? I want to get to know you. Eventually, maybe later down the line, who knows? It'll turn into a business relationship. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. That's why you're meeting 10, because one of them is this relationship. Who knows? Meet 10 new people every day. That's your job. Meet them. Find out who they are. Get to know them. Let them get to know you. Tell your story and give value and brand yourself. Invite the people who are interested and curious to take a look at your business opportunity. This is where you can start introducing your microsites have available to you through the Live Well Alliance set of tools. Notice how I have gone through 5 different steps that you should be doing online and offline before I've even talked about anything that you should be doing with the Beachbody branded microsites and team sites that you have available to you. Why? Because it's about you first. Brand yourself, give value, and meet people. And then those who are interested, who are saying, wow, you're so inspiring, you're so interesting, I want to know more, then you can shoot them over to the microsite or the website or the sales funnel that is most appropriate to them. And once they've gone through that, you can follow up in person and close them into joining your challenge group or joining your coaching team. Because then they are really amped up and ready, very interested in trying this out and joining. But just because they try it out doesn't mean they're going to stick with it. So you always want to be building a thriving community because people want some place where they can belong. And the Live Well Alliance team is a great, great, great community where people can feel like, and they have a place to go, they themselves, and they can interact with other people who are going through similar experiences. So I want to talk about the 5-step marketing game plan of the pros. And again, I'm not bragging here, I'm just telling you, I've gotten jobs off this thing, all right? So what are the things that the pros do? Well, first off, they brand themselves and not their network marketing companies. I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about this, but take a look at the pros. Look at Eric Worre, okay? You guys all know him, and you've all been to his websites. He's got himself positioned in a network marketing company. Do you know what it is? Why is that? Because he's branding himself. He's the authority. He is the leader. Brand yourself. You want to build an audience. Again, just like Eric has built an audience. Who are you? What do you stand for? Your audience will come to you. So are you an athlete? Are you an entrepreneur? What is it that you stand for? What do you want out of life? Trust me, you stick to that and your audience will come to you. Follow up with the people to you. Follow up with your audience. And the tools that we have available to you through the Live Well Alliance help you do that. But it's both an online and an offline set of tools that you want to be able to utilize. So you can do it through an email follow-up campaign set up for you, but you don't want to ignore the in-person follow-up. Very important. Finally, you can monetize and sell your business. Get people into a challenge group. Get people to buy a challenge pack. Get people to sign up as a, get them to invest in, auto shipments and upsells, the boosts, all that type of stuff. Finally, create community. Build that connection so that people are connected to you, connected to the brand, so that they never, ever want to leave, and they want to follow you because they believe in you and what you stand for and what you're doing. So let's talk about branding yourself, because let's face it, guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but you are an online media company. Whether you want to believe it or not, you are. With the amount of we are exposed, you are an online media company, and it's very important. I cannot tell you this enough. It is so important not to post crap that you don't want to be associated with later. And right now is a very prime example, because there is politics and controversy going around Facebook and Twitter right now, the likes of which I've not seen in a while, and very aware of who you are and what you stand for and who you're trying to attract. And don't want to post anything that you're gonna later be upset with or want to disassociate with. By example, you really want to be that dude that everybody else wants to be. You want to be that person that everyone thinks, God, he's just cool. He's just so awesome. I want to find out what he's doing. I want to find out what's going on in his life. I want to be like him. And when you're on Facebook, remember this beyond everything, that people go to Facebook to see what their friends are doing or to show off, but nobody gets on Facebook to buy your DVD or buy your bags of powder. We just don't do it. We get on Facebook to find out what's going on with our friends and our family. We're bored in a line at Starbucks, and we've got our phone in our hand, and we're scrolling and we're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and we're scrolling to find out what's going on. Your job as a network marketer posting onto Facebook is not to promote your DVDs, your challenge packs, or your specials, or your job is to market into people's DNA and understand that they're there to find out what's happening in the world with their friends and their family. Become one of their friends or family, and then let what it is you're doing. That's how you interrupt scrolling and scrolling and scrolling on their Facebook newsfeed, on their phone, in Starbucks. So I want to take a look at some posts that you might post on Facebook and some of the differences and why you want to think about what you post online. So let's take a look at a very spammy post. This is from It Works, which is another network marketing company. They have this wrap thing. I quite honestly, and again, I try not to diss other network marketers or other network marketing professionals, but I just do not dive with this company or their marketing practices. Hey friends, Thanksgiving is 3 days away. You have just enough time to do a wrap so you can look your best on Thursday. Really? You're gonna transform me in 3 days? I'm selling wraps for $15 today. Again, I did not come to Facebook to buy a wrap. Sarah Proctor, It Works distributor. Again, she's just a distributor for It Works. She is not a person in my mind, and I'm not interested in her, and I don't know what her journey is. This is a spammy post. Tell me who you are, what you stand for, and why I should follow you, and what are you doing as a friend. So that's a spammy post. But let's take a look at a branded post. If anybody has been in Team Beachbody for any amount of time, you probably know Coach Jimmy. Do you want to hear, you want that dream, that job, that body, that car, that relationship, that life, but you have no idea where to start? Well, I've got you covered. Watch the video and click the link, 5dayfire.com, and it's got a video along with it. Now, guys, I want to ask you a question. Where on this post do you see Beachbody? Where on this post do you see the the crew, which is his group? Where on this post do you see anything about a challenge group or a challenge pack or insanity? Nowhere. He's branding himself as a motivational expert and the ability to help you get those things that you want out of life, that great body, that great job, that great relationship. How are you going to do it? I have no idea. I better click this link, this 5dayfire.com, and guess what I'm going to find out? He's got this challenge pack and this group that's going to help me get fit in a few days and get me confidence. Wow, and get me healthy. I don't know anything about Beachbody. All I know is this Coach Jimmy guy has got a solution for me. This is a branded post for this person, whereas this spammy post is all about a company that I care nothing about. See the difference? Do you see how to a person who has a solution that I can relate to, as opposed to an arm and an armpit with a logo that I have nothing to know about? Let's talk about a sales post versus a value add post. This is going on right now. We've got a sale. Whee! Black Friday going on right now, up to 75% off. Give the gift of fitness. Buy now, blah, 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 blah. Nobody comes to Facebook to buy your fitness programs. I'm telling you, they come to Facebook to find out what their friends and family are doing. So a value add post that's in contrast is that, look guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I hate working out. I never feel like I can devote enough time to it to make it worth my while. But come to find out, it doesn't take a lot of time in the day to get yourself in shape. So what do you think? Would you stick to a fitness program if you could just get in and get out and be done already? Here's an article that tells you how to cut your workout time in half. Again, I'm not telling you it's Beachbody. I'm not telling you it's a fitness program, but I'm telling you, I hate working out. But here's a great article that maybe you can relate with that'll help you, because maybe you feel the same way. Again, people aren't coming to Facebook to buy and be sold to. They're coming to find out what their friends are up to. So you have to market to their DNA, market to their needs, and market in the environment that they're in. They're not there to buy the information and find out what their friends are up to. This one is a me post versus a story post. I'm big into story posts, guys. Stories sell. Facts tell. If you think that you can the benefits of Shakeology all day long, nobody's going to care. But if you talk about how you feel and how this drink has affected you, man, people are gonna tune in. So on the me post, we've got this woman, and if you watch the video, she's just working out there and she's doing some thing. And maybe you guys would do like some pull-ups in your closet door frame, or maybe you do some push-ups, or maybe you do some burpees and you record them and you post them. Guess what? Nobody's really I mean, they're cool. Oh, look, he can sweat in his, but nobody came to Facebook to watch you sweat in your apartment. So this woman is like sweating on the rooftop. And again, you're in line at Starbucks on your phone and you're scrolling and you're scrolling and you're scrolling and you're scrolling. This is not going to get me to stop and take a look at what she's doing. I posted this morning that I am creating a webinar that I'm doing later tonight, but my dang dog is in my way and keeping me from doing the job that I'm supposed to be. But it's okay because I can work anywhere and play everywhere. So I'm telling a story about my job and about my lifestyle and about the task that I have at hand in a way that everybody can relate to. And who's not going to stop in their scrolling to have a quick look and be like, oh, what's the dog? Oh, he's got a webinar later tonight? I wonder what that's all about. So you want to interrupt people's habits. You want to interrupt their scrolling, and you want to mark it into their DNA. And you really want to build your audience. Once you get people to join your Facebook group or join your like page or become your friend, you want to start really that on. And do that is to meet 5 to 10 people every single day. And you do that by, again, that in-person network marketing, but you can do it online way of really being interested in what they're doing, interested in their lives, and being genuine, being a genuine person in what people are doing. What are your values? What are you into? Be genuine and meet 10 people each day. Don't try to pitch them. Nobody wants that. You just want to be a friend and meet people every single day. You want to build those genuine relationships, and then you want to start telling your story because you've made a new friend. They're going to want to be interested in you. Who are you? What are you about? What are you doing? And then you want to be a spectator in theirs because it's not just a one-sided relationship. You want to be involved and tell your story and be interested in theirs. You want to be able to capture their in some way or the other. Either that's adding them as a friend in your Facebook account, if you've got a like page, asking them to like you, or you can use some of the tools that we have available to you. Ask them if they'd like some information to be emailed to them, and you can add them to your email autoresponder. So I've gone long in this first half of this presentation, so I just want to kind of get out of this a little bit and show you guys some of the tools that we have that help and kind of go with what we've been talking about. But I want to find out if there are any questions. Is there anything in particular that you guys are curious about with some of the tools that we have available, and how you can leverage the 5 steps of marketing with the tools that we have available to us. So I'm logging into our MDC back office right now, and there's a lot of stuff back here, you guys, that is available to you, both in terms of publishing content, that value-added content, so that people can see and learn and be informed by what you have to offer. But then we also have a lot of just raw content that you can share. So I want to show you some of that raw content that you can share, some of that value-added content that'll help you stand out from the crowd online and brand yourself as the expert. And if you know, we've got an entire website devoted to the Live Well Alliance community. This is a team website that is available to you. And when I say team website, basically what that means is it's your website. It's personally branded to you. And when you log into it with your unique ID, It has your name and your image, your contact information on it. It's basically your website without you having to know how to build and manage a freaking website. Because I gotta tell you, I'm in other marketing groups, and right now, a lot of them are building websites for the first time. There's probably 100 to 200 people building websites for the very first time, and they're all lost. It's hard work. Trust me, I do this for a living. It ain't easy. You have to learn website development, and then you have to learn copywriting, and then you have to learn article marketing, and then you have to learn email writing. It's a lot of stuff, but you get it all for you right here because you're part of the Live Well Alliance. And so you get to share content that is value add to your audience so that they can see you as an authority and somebody who, when they have a question or they want more information or they need help, you're the first person in their mind of, oh, wow, Kevin had that great article about healthy eating. Or Patsy had that great article about 10 ways to get in shape before the holidays. I wonder if they can help me. I wonder if they can help me. So they're going to come back to you, and you've not talked about, joining a challenge group. You've not pushed a monthly special. You've not done anything. You've just offered value and branded yourself as an expert that somebody can come to. So let's take a look at sharing an article that gives value. So we've got the Creating Healthy Thanksgiving Traditions, which is of course very timely with Thanksgiving coming up. And it tells you all the stuff that is traditional in a Thanksgiving feast and how you can modify it in a way that doesn't change your traditions, but gives you a much healthier holiday feast. And then we actually have a download with all of the recipes that you can get. Now, as a Live Well Alliance member, you actually guys have this blog available to you. And when you visit it and use your URL correctly, again, it brands you with your name, your image, your information, and then any of the links that go to a product, you get credit for. So again, this is your website, personally branded to you, that you get to leverage to provide value and drive sales. That's how you build relationships and build sales in 2016. So if we take a link like this, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, one of the best things you guys can do is have a cheat sheet. Just a little text document that you save on your desktop that has some links that you like to use for promoting all the time. And you can paste the link to the Healthy Thanksgiving Traditions blog. What you want to do is you need to customize this link, and this is very important because a lot of people are getting this wrong. You want to customize this link with your unique user ID for the Live Well Alliance and the MDC Dot blogging system. Otherwise, if I just posted this as is, the person who clicks on it is going to be sent into a rotator, and that person is going to be then assigned to a random person in the group, in the team. That's part of the advantages of the team site system. Much like with the coach program with Beachbody, when somebody buys off of an infomercial, they get put into a coach rotator program and they are randomly assigned a coach. Well, this is kind of the same system. So you want to make sure that you are tagging all of your links properly. And the way that you do that is with /# exclamation point and your unique ID. And the way that you get that unique ID is here in your MDC Dot back panel in my profile, and right here, MDC Dot user ID. My user ID is 91. So I've actually saved that here on my little text document as /#!91. So I'm simply going to paste that onto this URL, add it to that URL, and now I can copy and paste this on anything that I want all over the internet to provide value to my audience. Because that's what I want to do. I want and be the authority that people turn to anytime they think of health and fitness. So I'm pasting my unique URL to this blog article, if my internet will keep up with me, because it's very slow today. But do you see how, oh, now we're in something else. Do you see how, just posting your Beachbody link, your Beachbody Coach replicated website may not work as well as you would want it to. Because here's the thing. If you just post your Beachbody replicated website link all over the place, and if you're just talking Beachbody, 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 challenge group, challenge group, challenge group, all the live long day, what's going to happen? Somebody's going to say, wow, Sam's really into health and fitness, and he's using this Shakeology thing. I think I'm going to Google Shakeology and see what's up with that. And what happens when they do? Well, they're going to find that, oh, I can get it cheap on eBay with people selling it cheap. Or, oh, I've got other coaches here who are in something called a Millionaires Club. Wonder what that is. They must be really, really good at this. So the reason why I lead with value and brand myself as a health and wellness expert is because I don't necessarily want somebody Googling Shakeology. I don't want somebody necessarily Googling Insanity Max 30, because that's going to lead them down a path that's away from me. I want them to be focused in on me and my business and what I have to offer. I don't want them to get distracted outside of what I've got, because they could see any number of things. They can see competing articles. They can see articles of scams. Oh, Beachbody's a pyramid scheme. Ah, it's a scam. Ah, there's any number of things that can take them off of my message and off of my brand. So I provide value, and I provide the links inside of my personally branded website, the Live Well Alliance website, that drive them into content and information that help them live their lives with healthy and fulfilling lives, and give them the information that get them closer to their goals, and let them know that I am a vehicle to help them achieve those goals. So I hope that kind of makes sense on how to leverage your Live Well Alliance website. And then we really didn't get into it. I'm just going to kind of breeze over it real fast because we're running out of time. But all of the different microsites that you have available to you, whether it be a opportunity microsite or the Shakeology microsite, those are all great tools that you can use, but understand the best way to use them. They're not your leads. They're not the things that you post on social media to get people to first be interested in you. These are the tools that you use once people have engaged with you, once people have raised their hand, so to speak, and said, what are you doing? What you're so into your health and your fitness, and you're so engaging in your quest to better yourself. You're so inspiring. What is it that you're doing, and how do I get to do that as well? And then you let them know, hey, well, I've got a link. If I shared it with you, would you take a look and learn more? and then I can get some information from you. Yeah, I'd love to get some more information about what you're doing because you look great, you feel great, you sound great, and whatever you're doing, I'm inspired by. I want to hear more, and that's when you share your personally your microsites or your Team Beachbody personally your replicated website or something like that. So that's about all the time that I have. Again, this was the first time that I have presented this presentation, so it was not quite timed out as well as I would have liked to. But I kind of just want to hear from you guys in the chat or in the Q&A box what thoughts that you have, what questions that I can answer. What did you think about branding yourself and how to use some of the tools to brand yourself and lead with value and lead with inspiration as opposed to always pushing the latest, rap brand sale, whatever. And it's a big deal because right now we do have a really great sale going on right now with Beachbody. We are able to lead with that. But again, I wouldn't necessarily lead with it with the people who are brand new and who you've never interacted with. It's something that you talk to and leverage with the people that you are building a relationship with. It's again something that we use to enhance the relationships that we're building with people, both online and offline, so that we are making those connections and being genuine with people and really trying to help people improve and lead healthy, fulfilling lives. So that's really a big mix in 2016 where you cannot just be offline because you're not going to be able to reach enough people. But you also can't just be online because people won't feel that you're genuine. They're just going to think you want to sell them something all the time. So there's a big mix, and understanding how to navigate those is a real big skill, and one that I hope that you guys learn and got a little bit of value out of today, and continue your education, because again, the 3 vital behaviors are real, and personal development is definitely one of it. So I've got a question up here. So branding. We have a question about how branding really works for you as an individual. But here's the thing, we're all brands. And when I talk about branding as an individual, I'm not talking about Apple. I'm not talking about McDonald's. Those are big, big brands. Who are you and what do you stand for? Kevin is a great golfer, and he's a great communicator, and he stands for family. Those are some of his values. We know who Kevin is, and we understand his brand. If you go to my Facebook fan page, you're going to see the story of me with my roommate's dog and my roommate's kid, who I'm looking after this year. And you're going to see what we're kind of standing for, and my hashtag, which is work anywhere, play everywhere. That's my brand. So when I'm talking about branding, I'm not talking about anything big, but it's about standing for and standing up for your values and finding those people who share those values or who want to share those values to join you, and they will be attracted to you in a way that they'll just come out the woodwork. It'll be crazy. We're going to be continually working
I'd like to add,
on the Live Alliance. Yeah, sure.
Just when it comes to branding, I think folks get caught up with the whole idea you talked about, that they think they have to be an Apple brand, or they have to be a Dodge brand, or they have to be a Procter & Gamble brand, when the truth is their brand is who they are. If someone were to ask you, let's say, for example, if I were to reach out to Dahlia, and I don't expect her to answer here, but if I reached out to Dahlia and said, who are you? You know, if you had 5 words to describe yourself, who are you? Right? And or if I were to ask other people, tell me about Dahlia, what would they tell me? That's really branding. And you just need to get those characteristics and those desires that you have out in front of people, so that you'll attract people of that same like mind, right? There are people who absolutely would not buy a Ford truck no matter what. They're not Ford people. They would buy Toyotas all day long, right? So there are people that may not resonate with who Dahlia is, and okay, that means they're not a person that we're trying to attract. The other thing I want to mention really quick is the content. And guys, you know, this is Sam's the guy that's writing all that really good blog content that we're getting every week. A suggestion that I've been pondering is the whole idea of designating a day in the week when that's where I really focus my value contribution. For example, I expect after this holiday weekend that Fridays will be my food and fitness Friday. And Friday will be when I post blog content that you know, I'll take whatever we've got, 8 or 9 or 10 of them already in the hopper, and Sam comes up with at least one every week. Take that, plug it into my contribution from the fitness and perspective, and people start to, and I'll call it food, fitness, and friends Friday, right? Because there will be a few times when I have some friends that have had some amazing results following the plan, and I want people to know that it's more of a recognition of the friend than it is trying to pitch my product. But and my community will start to expect it on Fridays. Here's what's going to happen. There's a lady, and Sam, you remember her. I won't mention her name, but there's a lady that was a Beachbody coach. She has since moved on to some other business ventures. But she was a Beachbody coach for a long, long time. And one of the things that she did a really good job of is branding herself as the coffee lady, meaning every morning when she woke up, she tried a different flavor of coffee, and she would post that flavor that she consumed that morning. And it got to the point where people, if she skipped a day or two of coffee, people would actually comment on her page, hey, so-and-so, have you stopped drinking coffee? Right? They would go to her page specifically to find out what flavor of coffee she's trying. And so we need to be like that. Another friend of mine who's a Beachbody coach, he has a Monday morning message that he records on a short little on his iPhone and posts it on his Facebook page. He is branding himself as that Monday morning messenger. And it's all value-added content. So the real key is don't be afraid of getting out there in front of people, right? Don't be afraid of being out there, sharing parts of your life and your passion and the things you want to do to help other people. Don't be afraid of getting out there. But also do not access the content that is available to you. You know, where Sam sees this thing going for MDC, some of the ideas that he has and he's working on for us, this thing's going to evolve into something really cool, because you're going to be able to have a weekly blog content. You're going to be able to have, we talked about Hot Market. We're working on a Hot Market email campaign. We got a bunch of stuff. We'll be introducing early next week a lead capture page and a microsite and an email campaign for the new Master Hammer and Chisel. There's just so much stuff going on out there. But I agree with 100% with Sam. The people who need to know about the weekly or the Black Friday week specials are not your general Facebook community. They're the people that have already bought products from you, or who have already expressed an interest in Beachbody products with you. It's not something you should be blasting out there, because if they would have wanted to buy Beachbody from you, they would have bought Beachbody from you already with all the other stuff that you've put out there. That specials program is for your, in my opinion, your existing customers who have already purchased products from you in the past that you want to pass along a huge savings, and people that have expressed an interest but were not interested in what it was you were offering. Like if you offered a 21-day fit challenge group and they said, you know what, I'm really not into autumn, then contact me next time you do something. That person I would pass the savings on to. But I wouldn't throw something out there to the general world. Hey guys, guess what? Beachbody's got this massive sale. Very few people are going to buy from you because they would have bought from you long before now if they were going to buy from you. So that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. And you know what, a minute ago, you know, with the coffee example and the daily motivation example, those people are doing that naturally. That's their personality. That's who they are. They're posting that stuff out because they love it. And what happens is people gravitate to you on social media in a way that you really don't have to do anything other than be yourself. Be out there, be public, be yourself, and let people come to you. It's gonna happen as long as you have that consistency about it. And those are kind of the two biggest things I think a lot of people struggle with, is having the permission to be themselves online and be authentic about their interests and their passions, and then being consistent with their message. And at this time of year especially, I'm going through and planning out my 2016 calendar, my entire 365 days. But this is a great time of year to sit down. You know, if you need to hide in the bathroom and lock the door, do it. But grab a pad and a pen and sit down and really think about, who are you and what do you stand for? And you know, that will help you and guide you in what you want to post and the type of people that will eventually be attracted to you. So, you know, really sit down with that for a minute. Who are you and what do you stand for? And that will be the guiding post for you for a lot of stuff as you plan 2016.
And then be prepared to spend your power hour or two every day researching content, developing content, and sharing content, right? I think the biggest challenge, everybody comes and says, oh, I'm expecting a magic bullet from Sam. I'm expecting Sam to give me the secret sauce recipe to be mega successful in social media. The truth is, that secret sauce is you spending the time, the energy, and the effort researching, developing, and sharing content that is your brand, that's who you are, that represents who you are and what it is you want to, like Sam's brand is, you know, work wherever, play wherever, or vacation wherever. That becomes his brand, and the content that he's going to provide for people is content that supports that hashtag, that supports that lifestyle, that supports moving in that direction. And I can see with that what keeps you from working where you want to work. You're probably working for a boss, right? Have you ever thought about starting a small little business you can work in some of your spare time? Boom, that's a whole content, right? You have 2 weeks out of every year, but you never go anywhere. Here's a few places you might want to think about traveling that you can go on a budget. There's all this stuff that you can provide value-added content that most people aren't going to research. They think they don't have time, right? They can Google it and then they see, oh my gosh, there's 17 pages of Google content. Well, what if you're the one that provides, you know what, I went through 17 pages of Google content and here's my 3 favorites. You know, you can go to Sedona, Arizona for a weekend on less than $500. They're like, where's Sedona, Arizona? Now all of a sudden you start sharing why they'd want to go. Oh, I'm going to go to Sedona, Arizona. That's value-added content. That's branding, because Sam's the guy who can work anywhere and play anywhere, right? Does that make sense? Am I blowing up the wrong tree?
Millionaires have been created on that exact same formula. No joke.
Exactly. So that's what I wanted to get to, is there's no secret sauce. The secret sauce is you being prepared to find, develop, and share content. And it's more than, like Sam said, it's more than a picture of you working out. It's more than a picture of your 21-day fixed meal. It's more than your picture of, now those aren't bad as if it's a part of your brand, right?
Right.
But it can't be your only brand. Oh my gosh, if the Ford truck company showed the same picture of the same dog in the back of the same Ford pickup pulling the same boat up a steep hill year after year after year after year after year, people would stop buying Ford trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, now they have Madison Baumgartner talking about why he buys Ford trucks. They've got, they just change it up. The truck is still the brand. They just change up the surroundings and the content of the delivery. And that's what we have to do as marketers. We have to change up the content. Most of us don't want to spend that time. We think we're being unproductive. But the truth is, if we spend 2 or 3 hours a week finding, and 2 or 3 hours a week of developing, and 2 or 3 hours a week of sharing over the course of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 or 12 weeks, now you're building a brand that's out there. I promise the lady who was the coffee flavor of the day, she was sharing coffee flavors of the day to space for several weeks. And then a few people started catching on. And now she, even years later, she still teases about her coffee flavor of the week. And people are still responding to it. So we have to be prepared to put in the time, the energy, and the effort. It's not going to come to us overnight.
Yeah, you guys are playing a long game. Okay, people think that network marketing is a rich, quick scheme. It's not. It's a long game. Strap in, because it's worth it if you invest in yourself and in your education and your personal development to grow. But it's not going to happen overnight. This is not a magic bullet. But when you get it, oh my God, you're going to be on fire and your life will change. You have no idea. So that's the thing. Stick with it and work on it and be a product of the product and personal development. I mean,
cool.
It really is the three core, the three key elements.
All right, Sam. Well, let's appreciate your time, man. Appreciate your content. I love the slides. I now have another project for you. You will officially become my slide builder. Because I like how you keep things crisp and clean and no caffeine. But anyway, it's good stuff. Thank you so much for sharing, guys. I hope you learned some things about spammy posts versus the content posts, selling posts versus branding posts, all those kinds of things. Think about that in your Facebook world. Think about that in your Instagram world. Think about that in your Pinterest space. Think about that if you are blogging beyond the blogs that we provide. Just spend a little time in the thought process and good things will happen. So Sam, thank you so much for your time, man. I really, really appreciate it.
I appreciate you and everything you guys do for this community. So thank you so much. And we will see you guys soon. If you guys have any questions or any feedback, you can always reach out to me on Facebook. I appreciate it so much.
Okay, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye now. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.